This year's honoree has been multitasking his entire life. Writer, photographer, performance artist, documentary filmmaker, his many talents comprise a 40-year career devoted to the arts. For much of his working career, more than 2 decades, he was a music and culture writer with the former afternoon daily paper in Tucson. He also served on the Tucson Citizens editorial board and created the paper's web-based multimedia division, all the while building a reputation as an authority on classical and world music, mariachi, Native American music, and Southwestern cultural expressions. After the paper closed in 2010, our honoree created a documentary film series called Cine Plaza at the Fox Theater. This oral history series focuses on the political and social evolution of Tucson's Mexican-American population. Among the completed documentaries are The Mariachi Miracle and Tucson's Heart and Soul, El Casino Ballroom. He also lent his talents to the creation of the Arizona Experience website for the state centennial, and he's also documented the Arizona Historical Society's Centennial Project, 100 Years, 100 Quilts, in photography and video. Currently, he is working on a new project of large-scale desert landscape photography. The 2014 Governor's Arts Award for an artist goes to Daniel Buckley of Tucson.
Wow. I don't know what the heck to say. Fortunately, I wrote a speech last year. First of all, I want to thank you very much and say that I'm honored and humbled to receive this award, particularly given the stature of the many others who were up for it, any one of whom should be standing here instead of me. And I'd also like to acknowledge a good friend to the arts who passed last year, Ruben Hernandez. I know many of you here in the Phoenix Valley knew him as an advocate for Latino arts and arts in general. Amazing man. Also, my partner in the Cine Plaza series, Ralph Gonzalez, died 2 weeks ago. So this award goes to him. I'm an odd artist. I actually came to Arizona in 1971 to study lunar and planetary geology. And Dr. John Schaefer was the president of the university at that time. What a surprise, huh? What I discovered in Arizona, though I didn't make it to the moon, was a landscape that was otherworldly and a people that were so unlike anything in the Hudson Valley where I grew up. We stopped going to the moon my sophomore year, and I had to figure out something to do for a living. And one of my professors said to me, "You should just take every course that you're interested in and see what sticks." So I took music courses and art courses and did everything I could, but I'm still a recovering geologist at heart. And I never tire of seeing and photographing and looking at the fantastic landscapes of this state that has been my home for 43 years. The people of Arizona, particularly Native American and Mexican populations, have patiently and generously shared with me their stories of their culture and their history during my 23 years with the Tucson Citizen, in my documentary making since the paper closed in 2009, and in work documenting the recent Arizona Centennial that I did for the Arizona Experience. I started my arts career in the 1980s, early 1980s, as a composer. And if you haven't heard my music, it's because I'm not dead yet. That is the career move, and perhaps when I am, you will hear some of it, and you can say, "Oh, it's so sad he's gone," which is art speak for, what the hell was that? I became a composer a little bit differently from most. I was long out of college when I realized that I wanted to write music, but I remembered how notation worked from having choir and band classes in elementary school. More importantly, I knew that what stood between me and being a composer was me. And somehow I have managed to stumble my way along. With similar lack of qualification and considerable audacity, I moved on from composing to be a performance artist, arts and culture writer, photographer, and filmmaker. Presently, I'm producing a film on how the mariachi and folklorico youth programs of my city of Tucson are changing the city socially, politically, economically, and with respect to education. On a very different front, I'm doing large-scale panoramic photographs of desert areas, and I do this because in the 43 years I've lived here, what was my field mapping area in Avra Valley is now covered with homes where there was nothing there before. And I would like the next generation to know what used to be there down the street from where they live. You can still find places like this in Arizona, and it's probably good that I ended up here instead of the moon because of that, though I would really have preferred to go to the moon because I would only weigh 1/6 what I do now, and that would be a plus. But the experience of doing these panoramas reconnects me with the wonder that I felt when I saw those Apollo panoramas when I was a college student. And the landscapes here are every bit as breathtaking as our closest planetary neighbor. The arts are the heart and soul of Arizona. Their importance in our education system is key to brain development that fosters creativity, mathematical skills, scientific curiosity, and will lead to tomorrow's great discoveries and high-paying jobs in our state. Education is the single most important investment our state can make, and arts education is vital to the success of education as a whole. I am a product of public schools with good arts and science programs and an affordable and eminently capable Arizona college and university system. All of us need to make sure that Arizona gives future generations the advantages that have helped all of us in this room to find meaning in our lives and prosper in our communities. Artists reflect the world around them, both the things they love and the things they don't. But art is always about trying to make the world a better place. And so I use my art to celebrate our land, our multicultural heritage, and our history to focus on the things that bring Arizonans together. There is far more we have in common than that which divides us. Being an artist is a good gig. Every day brings on-the-job training. You get to work with the insane. The pay is sporadic and negligible. It's a dream gig. But artists get to do something other folks rarely have the opportunity to do. We change our communities. Sometimes we even make them better. And we get to approximate our dreams often enough that we keep our hand in it. I am proud to call myself an Arizona artist, and even prouder to be recognized as such. I look forward to exploring more of Arizona and its people and letting those inspirational experiences guide my work. Thank you so much.